Hello, in this video, I will discuss about the communication process, a starting process to human relations. So, in order to have a good relationship, harmonious relationship, communication is very important. That's why this is part of our lesson or this subject because communication is part of establishing a good relationship. And I believe this topic about communication is already discussed in your English. So I believe it is just a review for you, a reminder, kasi na-topic nyo na ito sa English. But anyway, here are the 4 objectives for this lesson. First, define what is communication process. Second, give overview about the nonverbal communication. Explain why nonverbal communication is important. Describe the types, nonverbal, and how to read nonverbal cues. So if you notice, we focus on nonverbal because most of the time, nonverbal communication is being misunderstood. Most of the time, it's being misunderstood. The action, the way we respond is through our eyes, through our, for example, like this, our gesture. And most of the time, it is being misunderstood, especially in your relationship. That's why this is included. Okay. So, yun nga sabi ni A. Montago. Sabi niya, each of us has learned to see the world not as it is but through the distorting glass of our words. It is through words that we are made human, and it is through words that we are dehumanized because our Creator created us by words alone. And we are also dehumanized because of words. So it is very important for us to understand what is communication. So according to this to the slide first, what is communication? Effective communication takes place when the listener gets the concept of the speaker that he wants to communicate. So when we say concept, that is how you conceive the idea, the word that you have heard from the one speaking to you. For example, I will say car. So when I say a car, you will conceive, you will imagine a car in your mind, whether it is white, a Fortuner, a brand new or not. Because I only say car. So when I say draw a car, white, or for example, I give the description, draw a white car Fortuner brand new. So, and then you're able to draw. For example, di marunong ka mag-drawing. Or, I will ask, ano ba yung sinabi ko? And you're able to explain back to me kung ano yung sinabi ko. Brand new, white, Fortuner car. So, the communication is effective because you're able to get the concept of what I'm trying to say. Okay. So, that is very important. So, in communication, the listener did not get the concept. If the listener did not get the concept, the speaker, there will be misconception, and misconception will lead to misunderstanding, and misunderstanding will result to wrong belief, and wrong belief will result to wrong application. That's why communication is very important. So to simplify, we also have the process. It's either verbal or non-verbal, this process applies. So meron tayong tinatawag na sender, receiver, message, encoding, channel, and decoding. So ano yung mga yon? Ito yung communication process. First, the sender. So to simplify the communication process, we begin with you wanting to express a message about some referent object, act, situation, experience, idea. And since you are the source of the message to be expressed, we call you the sender. So the sender is the one speaking, the source of the idea. Okay, the one speaking. And the person at whom the message is aimed is called the receiver. The one the sender is trying to communicate is the receiver. And the message is any verbal or non-verbal symbol that one person transmit to another is either verbal or non-verbal. So we call that message. What you are trying to say or the action that you are trying to show, the gesture that you are trying to show, and being transmitted to another person is called the message. And the encoding is the process by which you translate your ideas, feelings, and intentions into a message appropriate for transmission is termed as encoding. So yun yung tinatawag na encoding. It is being transmitted. The way it is being transmitted is either verbal or non-verbal. So ang tawag dyan ay encoding. And the channel, this happens every time you transmit a message since sender is also referred to as the channel of communication. Sino yung channel of communication is also the sender going to the receiver. And then the receiver takes the stimulus, you receive it, that you send out to the of the symbols you send is termed as decoding. So after which the receiver makes an internal response to the perceived, which may include his own idea, feeling, and intention, formation, and behavior. So we call that uh, decoding. Yan. And being processed communication takes place simultaneously. So that is the flow of the communication process from the sender and then the one you are talking to, giving the message is called the receiver, and then the message or the words that comes from you, the ideas that you are trying to transmit is called the message, and how it is being transmitted to another person is called the uh, encoding, and how you respond is called the decoding, and the channel is also called the sender. So that is the communication process. So for an effective communication to occur, the receiver must interpret the message the sender intended it to be. So that's what I explained a while ago, that the way you conceive and understand the message is according to the concept of the sender, then the communication is effective, successful. Kasi nakuha mo yung gusto niyang i-explain. So, mahalaga yon. So, the sound waves of the voice or the light waves involved in seeing words or printed page as to speaking or writing are examples of channels. Our bodily movements like touch, postures, gestures, clothing, and distance are also channels by which we transfer our message the way we transfer. And decoding naman yung the way you respond. Now, what is non-verbal communication? So ito, wait lang. Balikan natin sa non-verbal communication. Okay. So non-verbal communication is the transfer of information through body language, facial expressions, gestures, created space, and more. So the non-verbal communication is either language na hindi verbal, not by words, but through your body language. Okay. Sa movement ng katawan mo, your facial expression, di ba? Kung masaya ka, kung malungkot ka, or galit ka. So, makikita mo sa mukha. The gestures, your hand movement, or the created space. Ayun. So, kung malayo ka or malapit ka, yun may mga ano yun, may mga ibig sabihin nun. Di ba? Kung maalala nyo, yung distancing nung nagkaroon ng pandemic. So, those are the types, different way we show the nonverbal communication. Nonverbal communication is dependent on expressions and physical movement as opposed to verbal communication or the use of language to transfer information through written text, speaking, or sign language. Why nonverbal communication is important? Bakit mahalaga ito? So nonverbal communication is important because it gives us valuable information about the situation, including how a person might be feeling, how someone receives information, and how to approach a person or group of people. So, for example, you're trying to approach someone and you see in his verbal expression or nonverbal expression through the facial expression. Nakita mo, for example, you are trying to approach your teacher and trying to ask a favor. And it happens that the teacher is not in good mood. You see it in his face. So, hindi ka muna lalapit. Ayun. and how to approach a person or group of people. So you're trying to communicate to someone, trying to ask favor, so titigan mo muna yung kanyang mood. So makikita sa kanyang mukha. So pag nakita mo, oy, oh, ayos siya, masaya. So because you can see it in his face. So that will help you to approach people. Or how are you going to communicate with people, whether they are angry, makikita mo sa kanila, or makikita mo, or gusto mo yata siya, or may nararamdaman siya. So you will know how to approach a person because of his non-verbal communication. Ibig sabihin, nakikita mo sa mukha o sa gesture or sa kanyang body movement. Or, mingi siya ng tulong. Ayan. So that's why communication, non-verbal communication is very important. And paying attention to and developing the ability to read nonverbal communication is an invaluable skill. And that is a skill to develop. You can leverage at every stage of your career. So, ibig sabihin is a skill to develop. If you know how to develop a nonverbal. At maiwasan yung ma-misinterpret mo. And there are types of nonverbal communications. So, what are the different types of nonverbal communication? First, body language. Body language is the way someone positions their body depending on the situation, the environment, and how they are feeling. So, depende sa sitwasyon o sa environment. For example, someone might cross their arms if they are feeling angry or nervous. So, yung kanilang kamay, nakaganyan, galit. O another example is movement. The way you move your arms and legs, such as walking quickly or slowly, standing or sitting or fidgeting, can all convey different messages to onlookers. O ibig sabihin, pag nakita ka sa paglalakad mo, nagmamadali ka, so mayroong mga ibig sabihin nun. Example, sitting still and paying attention in a meeting conveys respect and attention. So, ibig sabihin, nakikinig ka, for example, sa meeting. Nasa meeting ka, tapos galaw ng galaw yung paa mo or yung facial expression mo, makikita doon. O the way you sit. It says you're sitting still and paying attention. So makikita. So it's how are you going to show respect when you are in a meeting? Of course, the way you sit will also show. Nagpapakita. And the third one is posture. Yan. The way you sit or stand can also communicate your comfort level, professionalism, and general disposition towards a person or conversation. So, doon makikita the way you sit, your posture, ay makikita din dyan. Nagpapakita kung ano yung mode mo, nagpapakita kung ano yung emotion mo, not just in your facial expression. Someone might slouch their shoulders if they feel tired, frustrated, or disappointed. Pero ganyan. Sabi nila, kibit balikat. So, you will see the slouch their shoulder. Kung pagod, frustrated, or disappointed. So, through their posture. Number 4 is gestures. So, while gestures vary widely across communities, they are generally used both intentionally and unintentionally to convey information to others. So, depende sa kultura itong gestures natin. Uh, Nakadepende sa culture. Example, someone might display yung thumbs up to communicate confirmation or that they feel positive about something. So, gesture yon, thumbs up, di ba? So, pag nag-thumbs up ka, ibig sabihin ay approve. Ayan. Agree. Ayan. Pero pag nakaganito, you don't agree. So, another example, number 5, another type of communication style is space. Space, creating or closing distance between yourself and the people around you, can also convey messages about your comfort level, the importance of your desire to support or connect with others, and more. For example, if you are trying to say secret to your classmate or to a person, you are close to him, that nobody can hear what you are telling him. So, malapit na malapit na malapit. So, ibig sabihin ay meron kang sikretong sinasabi. So, yun, it shows what it shows the importance of the conversation, your desire to support or connect with others, and more. So, yan yung space. na sinasabi. Example, you might stand 2 or 3 feet away from a new contact to respect their boundaries. 2 to 3 feet. So, malayo-layo yun. Kasi first time yung in contact. O, yung tinatawag nating social distancing. Nung time ng pandemic, di ba? Merong laging mga social distancing. So, those are example of space. Another one is called paralanguage. Paralanguage includes the non-language elements of speech such uh, as your talking speed, pitch, intonation, volume, and more. So we are talking about the speed, the way you speak, the pitch, the intonation, the volume. Ang tawag dyan ay paralanguage. So yung for example, you're trying to emphasize something, so nilalakasan mo, dinidiinan mo. Example, para lang, or you might speak quickly if you are excited about something. So, yun ang ibig sabihin nun. And then, other one is facial expression. Okay. Facial expressions, one of the most common forms of nonverbal communication is facial expression, using the eyebrows, the mouth, the eyes, and facial muscles to convey emotion or information can be very effective. So ito yung common na alam natin yung ating mukha. Iba-iba example, someone might raise their eyebrows and open their eyes widely if they feel surprised. Pag na-surprise ka, lalaki mata mo. Ayan. So, kapag nagtataray ka sometimes, yung kilay mo tumataas. Yun din yun. So, that's facial expression. Another one is yung eye contact. So, eye contact, strategically using eye contact or lack of eye contact is an extremely effective way to communicate your attention and interest. So, kapag ka interesado ka, nakatingin ka sa mata nung kumakausap sa'yo. Pag hindi ka interesado or anything, parang hindi ka tumitingin sa kanyang mata. So, and then another example, looking away from someone, yung sinasabi ko na at the ground or your phone may convey disinterest or disrespect while somebody is talking to you. So, for example, may kinakausap ka ng mother mo, tapos nakatingin ka sa cellphone mo or nakatingin ka sa taas, pero dapat eye level, nakatingin ka sa kanya, pero iba-iba yung tinitignan mo. So, that is disrespect. Number 9. Ito na yung pinaka-last type of nonverbal is touch. Some people also use touch as a form of communication. Most commonly it is used to communicate support or comfort. This form of communication should be used sparingly and only when you know the receiving party is okay with it. So, hindi ito para sa lahat because there are people that you're not allowed to touch them. For example, sa mga belief o kaya ay sa kanilang religion. For example, if you the Islam, so hindi mo pwedeng hawakan lang diretso yung isang babae sa kanila. So kaya ang sabi natin yung touch is sabi rito ay this form of communication should be used sparingly, hindi lagi-lagi. Depende kung kilala mo yung kausap mo, pwede mong ganyanan, hawakan yung kanyang shoulder or itap mo siya. So, hindi ito para sa lahat. So, you have to know whom you are touching. Kasi yung iba, baka ma-misinterpret ka. So, example, placing your hand on friend's shoulder may convey support or empathy. Yun naman ang karamihan, di ba? When we want to support our friend, our classmate, we empathize, then we tap their shoulder. So that's the last type, which is touch. And then, how to read nonverbal cues. Even though na yung mga gesture or mga movement or mga types of nonverbal na yun ay binigyan natin ng meaning, not all the time ganun talaga yon. So you have to develop a skill how to read nonverbal cues. So reading nonverbal cues such as body language is a difficult skill you will continue to develop throughout your career. So napakahalaga. Bakit? Kasi nga, hindi lahat. For example, yung mga action, iba-ibang kultura. So mahalaga yon na ma-develop natin paano magbasa ng nonverbal cues, maintindihan. While each person uses nonverbal communication differently, there are several common cues to pay attention to that will inform you about a person's feelings, intentions, and motivation. The best thing to do when you are reading a nonverbal is to confirm. When communicating with someone, it's helpful to be mindful of any signs of nonverbal communication while taking in their verbal communication. So, ano yung mga cues? Okay, una-una, tignan natin yung kanilang posture. If a person has their shoulders back and spine straight, this is a sign that they are engaged, listening, and open to the ideas or information you are. So, yun yung pinaka-una, posture. Ano yung kanyang posture? So, pag, for example, somebody is talking to you or in the meeting and you are leaning on the chair like that, like this, nakasandal ka lang, wala lang. So, parang hindi ka interesado. But, if you are listening and open to the ideas, information you are receiving, so, dun mo, makikita. So, parang, tika lang, kulang. Okay. Listening and open to the ideas of information they are presenting. If they are exhibiting poor posture with their shoulders slouched, mga ganyan, raised and spine bent, they might be nervous, anxious, or angry. So, yung posture nagpapakita rin, not just the face. But if they are nervous, they were anxious, or angry, ay makikita mo rin sa kanilang posture. Another one is the use of arms. Okay? Next one, use of arms. If a person has their arms down to their side on the table or arranged in some open way, this is a sign that they feel positive and ready to absorb information. So, kapag ka nagsasalita ka, for example, in a meeting or to someone, and their arms are crossed or closed, they might be experiencing some sort of negative emotion. So, baka ma-distract ka. Yun. And third is the use of legs. Ayan, pati ang ating mga legs. If a person has both feet placed flat on the ground, this is a sign that they feel open to communication. If their legs are crossed or arranged in some other close information, they might be feeling irritated or stressed, naka-cross legs. Tapos, gumagalaw yung kanyang feet. So, yun. Yun yung uncomfortable. So, dun makikita mo rin. And then the fourth one is the use of facial expression. So ito yung actually pinakamadali, di ba, yung ating facial expression. If you're communicating with someone who is frowning, has a furrowed brow or tight lips, you might pause to ensure they don't feel confused, angry, or some other negative emotion. So yan yon. Na if you are communicating with someone who has a soft smile, relaxed facial muscles, or gently raised eyebrows, this is a sign that they feel good about the information you are presenting. So makikita mo rin sa kanilang mukha kung interesado sila or nag-i-enjoy sila. So those are the different types and how to read nonverbal. So the different types, there are 9 and there are 4 uh, ways to read the nonverbal cues. Now, these nonverbal cues is very important that will give you the cue in order to understand. But before you read someone, always remember, do not forget, always ask question if your interpretation is correct or wrong so that you will be able to avoid miscommunication and misunderstanding. So remember, in establishing a relationship, communication is very important. And in order not to be misunderstood or in order not to misunderstood other people by reading their nonverbal cues, always ask for clarification. That's all. God bless.